that was a pretty exciting card. A few duds in there, but overall exciting. I'm gonna give a little breakdown, quick little dinky breakdown. This is my first vid, so don't be too hard on me. But yeah, we're gonna make one just so we can say we made one, and then I can watch it and finally have a vision of the idea in my head, and then see what I need to work on, and we'll better it from there. All right. So UFC 274 breakdown. Let's get straight into it without further ado. We had Randy Rude Boy Brown taking on Chaos Williams, and man, that was a pretty good first fight to set off the prelims, if I do say so myself. 103 strikes from Randy Brown. Chaos Williams 96 strikes. It was pretty good. It was pretty close contested. It was kind of close, but it just seemed like as the rounds went on, Randy just came away with it. He wound up getting looser. He found his range first. Browns did lots of clinching, not enough throwing, if you ask me. Randy's moving that head in kick position, man, in shin to forehead position, if you ask me. How to kick that dude, to keep dipping his head that low. But there's probably more to it than what I know, what do I know, man? Look at me. What does a guy like me know? He just kept rolling. He just kept rolling the punches. Eventually, Randy Brown, Chaos would come in with some flurries and some hooks, but Randy Brown was just using that shoulder roll, and then Randy just wound up downloading Chaos. I'll give it to Chaos, man. That dude has a chin and about 4 or 5 clean knee. Next up, we had Mauricio Shogun Rua, a legend, versus Ovince St. Preux. That one came down to a split decision. That one was kind of a dud. The first round was pretty much the whole fight. Neither one gave each other any sort of range. One took one forward, the other went back. The only time they stepped in was when they were trying to throw a body kick. They just exchanged body kicks the whole night. Like you see 54 total strikes landed. That was probably 54 leg kicks. 62 leg kicks from Ovince as well. They threw some punches, don't get me wrong, but them boys was there to cash checks, it seemed like. Took zero risk. They took zero risk and didn't really show any tenacity. Next up, we had Michael Chandler versus Tony Ferguson. Michael Chandler landed 43 strikes. Tony Ferguson landed 27. Now this one hurt me. I was on the floor, crying just a little bit. In the first round, it seemed like Tony was winning the stand-up. It seemed like Michael didn't have an answer for him, and he got frustrated and shot a very reluctant takedown on Tony and landed it, making it a very dirty trench roar on the ground. Tony trying submission attempts, of course, on his back, throwing punches. Chandler was just trying to hold this freaking squirmy ass alligator still on his back while he figured out a game plan. That pretty much sums up the first round. Second round, they come out, circle each other for a little bit. Front kick or teep kick, I'm not sure which one it was. Someone correct me, let me know which one it was in the chat. Feel free. Lands it. Tony loses consciousness. Moving on, we got Rose Thug Namajunas versus Carla Cookie Monster Esparza. Alright, Rose landed 38 strikes, Carla landed 30. This fight was a fucking dud. It kind of went down exactly like what I told my little brother. I figured Rose was just going to circle on 1-2 and keep Carla from taking her down, not really engage. I figured Rose would engage at a point when she realized Carla had nothing for her. Carla got her down. She got right back up. She never showed any sign of panic or urgency whenever Carla got her in a compromised position on the ground. She had her back and she still got out of it. It was crazy. And she still chose not to get after. It was weird. It was like she had that you gotta beat the champ if you want to be the champ mentality. It was like she had the belt around her and she was like, come get it if you want it type mindset, if that makes sense. I hope I explained that right. I'm just saying she probably felt like she could just sit there and not do anything and she could win. Rather, Carla have to get after her. Like I said, you gotta beat the champ if you want to beat the champ. She didn't take any risk, and that's what cost her the match and caused a split decision to Carla. Honestly, I kind of thought Rose won, but she defended everything Carla did to her. But I guess since Carla was the aggression and not a lot happened in that fight, that's all they had to go off of. Then we had the main event, which of course delivered as we all thought. Charles do Bronx Oliveira versus Justin the Highlight Gaethje. This one ended in a submission with Charles throwing 33 strikes and Justin throwing 21. Woo! Justin comes in, landing heavy shots at the end of his combinations. Charles was timing, and he was trying to time those leg kicks, but dude, he couldn't. Justin was too sneaky with them leg kicks. I respect Charles for being aware of it, and he was stopping a few, but at the end he still was falling to the leg kicks. Justin managed to get him on the ground twice, but refused to engage with him on the ground, which is totally understandable. You know, we all know Charles, the submission beast, who wants to go down in those dirty trenches. Not so. Justin having so much success on his feet, he starts getting overzealous, as he always does, if you ask me. Starts lunging, and the fact he lunges so hard with his hooks, he's losing balance and falling. Justin would go in with the flurry. Charles would try to grab him, clinch up, and every time he clinched up, he was taking that head and putting it under his arms, going for a guillotine, going for something submission wise, pulling guard. Every time he got a hold of a man, he was working a submission. It was awesome. And after getting rocked all those 2 times, finally coming out of the clinch, Charles throws a right, which he was landing pretty clean a few 30 seconds before that, or each time he threw it, to be honest. And this one hits Justin hard enough in the right spot to put him on his ass, and that's like sharks seeing blood in his water, dude. He just got after him, dude. Charles dove on Justin and just went for a triangle original. He couldn't get the triangle. Justin submits his back, and he finishes it in a rear naked choke. Hell of a fight. Hell of a card, to be honest. Alright, if you made it to the end of this, I appreciate it. This is my first recap / breakdown video, so feel free to subscribe if you want. However, I don't just upload UFC videos. I upload videos on everything I like. I just am passionate about a lot of stuff I do, and I just want to share every piece of it with you guys. So don't always expect my uploads to be UFC related, but once again, appreciate you guys watching. That was my breakdown. Many more to come. We'll see you guys next week.